would love to know is how you were feeling when you performed that piece.
Very much nervous. Yeah,
Were you
nervous,
feeling
yeah.
just a wee bit self-conscious?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I loved the performance, and you know, I could feel your pain, but I didn't share in your pain because I actually really enjoyed it. Okay. We were talking a little bit about nerves, noise, and they're really important for us performers to kind of come to grips with. And we all, you know, some of us are thrill seekers. Like one of my sons lives for roller coasters, and he actually got me on one. This I thought I was going to die. You know. But afterwards, I was like, oh, let's do that again. That was fun, right? So you have terror, and then you have exhilaration. I didn't go on another one because my knees couldn't stop shaking the whole time. Like, you go on. But what I think is interesting when we perform is that the whole idea of performing is exhilarating and terrifying at the same time. And if we realize that those two feelings are in many ways the same chemical reaction, it's the same endorphin rush. And if you can try to convince yourself that being scared is the same thing as being excited, then maybe you'll perform better because you won't be worried about not messing up. You know,
Okay.
or I guess we're not messing up, right?
Okay.
Instead, you're just gonna say, this is so much fun. You know, I'm playing this really old castle, and I'm playing Bach. I mean, it doesn't get any better. You know, it certainly didn't get any better for me as a listener. It's like, wow, I wish I was doing that. So that's the first thing that came to my mind, was that I could sense this inner battle going on between, let's just hold it together, we're almost done, only 5,000 more notes, okay, 4,000 more notes, you know. But, and the other thing is when you would make a little mistake is a bad word, you know, I could tell you were saying, oh gosh, and everyone saw that, of course, but if you hadn't done that, we probably would have caught less of them.
Okay.
If you know what I mean,
Yeah.
okay? And so I think what you should try to do when you're performing is just let it all go. Whatever happens, happens. Don't play, and at the same time, adjudicate yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't take a score. Okay, I missed this one. No, can't use that take. You know, that's my problem. When I record, I'm often, oh, can't use that take. But I should still keep going because you never know. There might be some really great stuff later. So you have to keep going, and which you did. But for the next 7 notes after the flow, it wasn't compelling because you left the first person and became the third person judging yourself, right?
Okay.
And that's also going to really help in auditions, when you're auditioning for an orchestra or a school, you know. They're going to hear the mistakes, so you don't have to like let them know. Just focus on playing and just forget about it, just have fun, okay? That sort of ties me into the next big subject, which is communication. Because when we're afraid of messing up, we create this wall, okay? This piece is challenging for so many reasons. The first reason is it's not for viola, it's for cello. And cello resonates, it would still be ringing right now if it was a cellist. So we've got that major hurdle to overcome. And we talked about this in our first lesson this week, how to make this little guy sound like a big guy. And one thing we talked about was vibrato. And you kept a little vibrato, but a lot of it kind of went away, which is fine, because that's what you're used to doing. We talked about how to create more resonance when the harmonies change. And since the viola is only so big, we talk about vibrating and giving a little more weight on notes to imply a bigger deal when it comes to harmonies. I missed that a few times. Sometimes you did it great, sometimes you did it less great, okay? The thing is, I think the first thing I said, being scared, and the second thing, relate. Because if you get over yourself, you're going to be better at doing those things. Because when we perform, it's not about us. It's about Bach, or it's about Harburg, or you know, it's about basically telling the story, reading the book to people. You didn't write it. It's not about you. You know. So it's less to do with messing up, and it's more to do with telling something. And so when that happens, you have to exaggerate much more, okay? And exaggeration, I think, will really help you get over any confidence deficit you think you have, which you actually don't have at all. Okay. So, why don't you try from the beginning? And I'm not going to even say do anything different, except try to have more fun.
Okay.
How? Well, get into it more. Forget about the notes. Forget about messing up or not messing up. Show us the story in a more exaggerated way. Okay? I love that because now it's warmer. I mean, it's really warm, but your playing was warmer. Okay, there was more presence, there was more confidence. Okay. Sometimes when you change strings, I feel like your arm goes to the higher note level, and then when you have to go back to a lower string, your arm is not where it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we go to this section? And let's play it a little bit slower, but I want you to have your arm prefer the lower string.
Okay.
So when you're here, and then you go to your C string, it's like that. And that loses some resonance, okay? If I go, so if our arm is balanced, we're going to get more vibration from any string our arm is on. So you always want to prefer the lower notes to get more resonance. So let's just try it a little bit out of context, a little slower, and just sort of treat it like you're analyzing where your arm is, right there. Good. It's already better.
Okay.
Two observations. One, when you did your string crossing, you went a little bit. I mean, I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
Instead, you need to sort of ease your way over to that string before you play it. That's the nice thing about these guys being curved. They're not octagonal, it's a circle. So we can actually play all over the place and only hit one string. So I can move towards the C string. But if you do this, if you hold it and then like that, it creates a little bump. A little bump. Okay? So try it again. That was so much better. And you kept your arm there, which is brilliant. That's exactly what I was hoping you would do. So, after, don't go, but keep it there, because then you're already on the C string. Okay? That really will help. Okay. Now, if that's your version of forte, that's the wimpiest forte I think I've ever heard in my life. Okay, so can you try to play this bigger? Like, I love the viola. Like one of Aiden's T-shirts he's been showing us every morning. Okay, my favorite. I'll okay, but if the beginning is if this is all about echoes, well, you can't begin with a whisper.
Yeah.
Because then the echo is a mime, and it's like, it's like nothing. So try to play this one bigger, more triumphant, okay? Good, that's really good. One more phrase issue I have. I feel like you're chopping the line up too much. I think it's so almost without exception, your phrases, to my mind, are half as long as they should be. Okay? And one thing we can do, because the challenge of this is the bowing. It's really awkward, again, because it's not for viola, it's for cello. And it's really quite easy to go like this on cello, right? I think we need to practice bringing out the notes that change. This. So that we can make a much bigger connection. The harmonies and the counterpoint, the polyphonic character of it comes through if your arm is balanced and you're really in the string. So what you need to do is think more about singing. And this is not exactly singable. It's not something you would sing. You know, I mean, unless you're really good at singing. It's really about gestures. But you can connect the gestures in a singing way. And I think that will make a much more compelling performance.
Okay.
So let's just play a page and show me bigger gestures. This is a large room to fill, okay? And if there were more people, it would be even scarier.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you can do to overcome stage fright is to really get into it and say, this is fun, okay? So I'm gonna get out of the way and just give us a page. Completely in tune, and the difference was that in the performance you were thinking, oh my god, here it comes, oh I missed it, you know, that's what you were thinking. It was just terror. Now you were, of course I was helping you, but you were now thinking phrase.
Yeah.
It makes it easier to overcome technical challenges if you just think music, okay? So I think it's a great place to stop. It sounded brilliant. Just keep that up, okay? Okay, good job.